These are the two important bits. Alright, let's continue. Chapter 2. Right. Chapter 2 is, okay, this is the one that will definitely come out, which comes out every semester. The first question is an essay question. All of you know, right? Yes, the first question is an essay question. Alright, essay question, you will definitely be define MR problem, define MD problem. Yeah. So if you have been doing well in your assignment, you will know what to do. If you haven't been doing well, you will not know what to do. That is a big question, one big question on that. MD, MR, RQ, hypothesis, yeah, exactly like your assignment. This is question 1. It comes out every sem, so it's always fixed. So you must know, and then we'll have one question on how to apply it to the case. So if you don't know the case as well, you just need to know the definition of all this, right? Okay, at least can get some marks. Okay. Problem audits. This one have come out one or twice. I'm not sure whether it's going to come out. Not often come out, but okay. How to conduct a problem audit? The steps. Okay. So if you are kiasu enough, just memorize these steps. Okay. Okay. Problem audit. Just rock out down because she has a lot of slides, so I better don't spend so much time. How many weeks of lecture do we have? 1, 2, 3. 3. Including this week is 3 weeks total. Okay, so I can break this down into 3 weeks. Okay, right. Total got about 160 slides. A lot of slides. Yeah, including some Christmas slides. So yeah. Okay, so focus of DM, decision maker. Focus of market researcher. This one is very important, right? In your assignment, you should have known this, but I can see from your assignment that you don't really know this, right? A lot of it, a lot of your MR, MD are mixed up or wrong, but I still give you all the marks. Okay, I didn't really deduct marks from your MR, MD. Alright, close one eyes for your assignment. So yeah, I mostly deduct marks from your test, wrong interpretation of test result. Most of the marks are deducted there. Alright, okay. Okay. Right, so okay. Problem definition. I don't know what you're doing. Oh, yeah, this one, something like that. Okay. Difference between MR and MD. Yeah. Okay. Right. I think theory you need to know some for your exam. What a pain. Okay, right. Okay, right. So listen, very good examples. So in your exam, if you are asked any case you ask, you try your best to link back to this, apply whatever this. Okay, I'm sure you have read this before because you're using this exact thing in your assignment, exact words from the textbook. So I think you have read this. So just use back, okay, whatever that you read here for your exam. Okay, what is MD? What is MR? Okay, right. For example, like for example, the third one, should the price of the brand be increased? Okay, should the price of the brand be increased is a very general question that the boss will ask. So whatever the boss asks is the MD question. So you can see, MR do not ask question like this. So some of you put, should the price of brand be increased? You actually put in MR in your assignment, which is wrong, but I did not minus any marks. I still give you marks for that. So MR is to determine the price elasticity of demand and impact of sales and profits of various levels. So a lot of you know how to put this in your MR, in your price, in your assignment, but you do not know which test should go with it, correct? And because here doesn't show RQ, so your RQ is wrong as well. So you still don't really know how to apply this into your assignment as well. But it's okay, never mind. Right. So determine the price elasticity of demand is just one way of answering the MD. There are other ways to answer MD as well. So it's really depending on the case. Alright, so just one example for you, right? Okay, should the price of brand be increased? To determine the price elasticity of demand and impact, what should be the hypothesis? What should be the hypothesis? If you have an MR like this, which a lot of you have in your assignment, what should be the hypothesis and which test should be used to prove this? Does it come to your mind? Does it come to your mind when I ask like this? Like when you look at this MD and MR, does it immediately come to your mind? Which test should you use to prove this? Does it come to your mind? No, doesn't, right? Yeah, that means haven't absorbed the knowledge. Right? So immediately when you look at this, there should be a test that immediately come to your mind, and that should be a hypothesis that immediately come to your mind. You should immediately know how to form the RQ and the hypothesis and the test needed to answer this. Alright? Okay? To determine the price elasticity of demand and impact on sales on various level of price. So you'll be asking what kind of questions in your questionnaire? What kind of question will you be asking in your questionnaire? Alright, some of you got, right? I think some of you in your questionnaire you have. If the price is current price, how is your satisfaction level? If the price is increased by $2, what is your satisfaction level? Right or not? This is actually answering this type of question. Alright, so you'll be comparing the two, three prices with what? With either what do you call that? Either independent sample t-test or using ANOVA to actually answer this type of questions. Okay, so this is actually how you can apply this into your assignment. Right. Okay. Right. So for chapter 2, this will definitely come out. So practice more in your textbook. Textbook got some questions for you to practice on this. And does it come with answer? Does your textbook come with answer? No, right? I don't have the answer also. I'm just given the textbook. Yeah. So you can ask me if you don't know how to answer the textbook questions, if you actually read the textbook questions. Alright. Okay, chapter 3. Research design. Okay, research design is the 3. Okay. Research design is exploratory, descriptive, and causal. Okay, these 3 types of research design. When I first started lecture with you last time on the 9th of November, I already at causal, correct or not? Yes, causal. So I did not go through descriptive and exploratory review. Let me just go through that review. There you go. Exploratory and causal, okay, and descriptive. All right, okay. Right. Causal is a type of conclusive design. Okay, so this is the difference. Okay. You understand the difference between exploratory and conclusive? You understand? Like for example, information with the sample is large, sample is small. For example, the survey test that you did for your assignment, the assignment that you did, is it exploratory or is it a conclusive? Is it a conclusive or exploratory? How many say it's exploratory? Anyone say it's exploratory? Anyone ever say it's conclusive? Raise your hand. Conclusive? Yeah, most of you will think that it's conclusive design. Because why is it conclusive? Because the tests all very specific, is it? Data is quantitative. Sample is large. It's not large. Okay, but it's okay. Right. Research process is structured. Information is clearly defined. Test and hypothesis. Yes, correct. You're right. It's a conclusive type of test. Okay, the one that you did for your assignment is a conclusive type of test. The data analysis is quantitative. Okay. Right. Okay, so under conclusive we have descriptive and causal. Under exploratory we have exploratory. So in total is 3 types of research design. Okay, this almost every year will come out in exam, so you need to know this and the method for each. Okay. Method. Okay. memorize one for each. Okay, one for each. Objective, discovery of ideas. Okay, this one, okay, remember, you can copy it down like that, maybe. I think the way you structure it, why Christina structured like that, maybe because the exam will come out like that, I don't know. Yeah, it's quite strange to structure it like that. So you just copy down the structure. Okay, I give you some time to copy down. Okay, can go to the next slide. Okay, right, because now you're just, right, you don't have to copy down. Right, that's smart. Okay, exploratory. Okay, define a problem. What, not yet? Okay, sorry. Okay, yes? Who said not yet? I heard someone. Okay, there. Okay, alright. Done already, let me know. So sad, I have to go for exam. 很惨啊。I think some of you, after diploma, you're like, you don't want exam anymore. You won't go for advanced, right? Correct? Right. So how many of you will not go for advanced this time?
First degree. Maybe.
Huh? Oh, means you won't go to advanced, you will jump straight to degree, is it? Means change college, is it? To other, huh?
Change Inti.
Taylor. Taylor is getting cheaper. I was surprised. Taylors are getting cheaper. Last time their diploma was 40,000. Remember? Your diploma now is 10,800, right? Correct? Yes? Last time your diploma was 7,000. Last year only. 2 years ago, it was 7,000. Taylor's was 40. Now your diploma is 10,000. Taylor is 30. Drop 10,000 already. So next time if Taylor drop again and your diploma increase again, you should switch to Taylor's. It's not worth it. Now it's still worth it now. Okay. 10 versus 30, okay now. 3 times more. Alright. So, okay. Yeah. Because most of the good lecturers are there. I'm not sure you've heard of one very good lecturer. He's also the head of department for marketing. Were you under him before? Dr. Gore? Have you seen him before? Very big size guy. Very cute guy, very small, very young, but very big size. He's a doctor. He's a PhD in marketing. Have you seen him before? No. Yeah, he's now in Taylor's now teaching. Yeah. Most of the good lecturers are in Taylor's.
You mean our marketing head?
The ex-marketing head. You see him before, right? Very big size guy. Yeah, right. Hyundai Tucson one. Very rich guy. He went Taylor. Yeah, because Taylor's offer much better salary. Yeah. Okay, so, here, right, next. Okay, use of exploratory research is used to form a problem, okay? And then you form the problem, then only you can do a quantitative research, which is confirmatory research, which is the survey that you did. So exploratory, use to form problem, define actions, develop hypotheses, isolate key variables, gain insights, establish priorities. Okay, right, so this is exploratory. Right, isolate key variables. Can you give me one example in any test that can isolate key variables? Any SPSS test can isolate key variables? Anyone? Which test can isolate key variables? Any name? Any test? Any answer? It's just asking how well have you actually learned SPSS. Any test isolate key variables? No, don't know. Blank. The result of studying too much is blank. Too many assignments. Yeah. The test that isolate key variable is correlation. Correct? Remember? Correlation, you include everything in the first round, see which one has higher correlation, then the second round, you only select out the things that are correlated. Okay, so that test is used in exploratory research to isolate key variables. Okay, alright, just to let you know that you can actually apply this. Okay. Wow, there's a lot of theory. Okay. Okay. Alright. difference between cross-sectional and longitudinal designs? Studied that before? Yes? What do you know the difference? Anyone do not know the difference? Raise up your hand. Between these two, longitudinal and cross-sectional design. Anyone of you do not know the difference? If you know, I will not need to explain them. Anyone don't know? Oh, only one don't know, the rest know. So I don't have to explain them. Okay, carry on. We need to explain now.
第三课。
Okay. Alright, okay. That is what it means. Cross-sectional versus longitudinal. Okay. Manhao, what's the difference? Because you didn't raise up your hand, that means you know. Come explain the difference. And then, one sample over the time. Oh, okay. Many samples means what? Different what? Different people. Correct. See? Studied before. This time must pass, huh? Okay. Right. So yeah, that's true. So the main difference is cross-sectional is you use different sample. Means that this time you interview this class, the next year you interview the next class, the next year you interview the next class. But longitudinal is this year you interview your, next year also interview your again, see what is the change between last year and this year, and next year interview back your. Okay, you get what I mean? So this is called longitudinal. Ask back the same sample for the same question at different years. Okay, right. Why I concentrate so much on this? Probably can come out in exam because these questions always pop up. So know their difference. Okay? Alright. Okay, use of causal research. Okay? This is the one that I teach you before. The independent variable and the dependent variable. Okay, right. So that's it for chapter 3. Okay, chapter 3. Any questions? No questions? Okay, right. Chapter 4. Okay, primary data, secondary data. Right. This is quite interesting. Definitely will come up. Different types of secondary data. These are the questions that always come up. Okay. Okay, the difference in their collection process, collection cost, collection time, collection purpose. Okay, right. Snap this. Right. This, if you need to come forward to snap, you all can sit forward. Okay.
Yeah.
Use of secondary data advantages. Okay. Yeah. All of you know that. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. Let me just ask you one example. For example, how does secondary data interpret primary data more insightfully? Okay, how? Let me just ask you one question. Okay, how does secondary data interpret primary data more insightfully? Anyone? Huh? How does secondary data, the advantage of secondary data is to interpret primary data more insightfully. Okay, for example, like how? Give me one example.
Like you want to study maybe one substitution. So after you search for secondary data, so you can prove that the primary data is correct.
For what? For say again.
The secondary data can let's prove that your primary data that you generated is correct.
Like how? Give an example. Like one brand. Right. Always think in terms of example, okay? Always ask yourself, do I understand this sentence or not? That is the only way to ask yourself is, can I give an example for this sentence? If I can, means I understand. If I can't, means I don't understand. Simple as that. Okay, it's a way of testing yourself. Do you understand this sentence? So, will you be able to give an example for each of the points? Will you be able to? If you are able to, means that you understand every single point. Okay? Right, that's how you know whether you understand the points or not. Okay. Right. Answer certain provide conventions whether they find a problem. Okay, develop an approach to the problem. Okay. Alright. Okay. Secondary data, the disadvantage. Okay. Right. Can you give me one example of how the secondary data is not appropriate to the present situation? Can you give an example? Anyone? Yes? Will you be able to? Emma? These are all not in the slide, right? Correct? Not in your slide. You copy down. These are the questions. Actually, all these slides are questions that can come out in exam. These are the slides given by Christina for your Christmas present. Okay, so you copy down. These are the questions that can come out. Okay, right. So, can you give one example of how it will not be appropriate to the present situation?
Because basically the data is someone created, so we go and look for it. After we get it, maybe it's up to 2 years or 3 years, so it may be outdated.
Right. Again, for example, give me a case.
Okay, maybe maybe last 5 years, people are more pre-store password because it's fast and it's a fast service so people can just rush in time to work or what. But now in the situation is people more concerned on healthy, nutritional value of the product.
Correct. Yes, that's very good. Okay, so give one example. You'll be able to get marks. Okay, give an example. Okay, secondary data may lack in accuracy or they may not be completely current or dependable. Okay, give one example of this. Yes, at the back. Anyone? Last row. Got answer for this? Yes? Your assignment is the smallest of all the groups, but okay lah, can pass. Yeah. Last minute job, very obvious. Okay, can you give one example? Are you able to give an example? Is it in your notes?
No.
It's in your notes? This is in your notes?
No, extra.
No, right? It's not in your notes, right? Okay. If you need to know why am I going through this? No, right? It's not in your notes. Okay?
No.
Right. Make sure it's not in your notes. That's why I'm going through this. Because they are not in your notes and they are coming out for exam. That's why I'm going through this. Okay? Right. So, one example, the disadvantage of secondary data. Right, we're going to give 2 points with 2 examples. Right? Remember, if the question were to ask like that, give the disadvantages of secondary data. It's a 4-point question, right? So it must be 2 points accompanied by 2 examples. Correct or not? So if you only memorize this, you get the 2 points wrong, but you didn't get the 2 examples, you will minus 2 points. So, right, you have to each one have to give you 1 example. So, okay, you have to think to yourself, what example can I give for this? Alright, and remember, don't just give general example like for example, the data belong to some years before, then therefore is not accurate. Okay, this is actually redefining the answer, which is wrong. You're supposed to give something like an example, like for example, MACD, the last time the research carried out could be meant for whether people like fast food, correct? So now we are introducing a new MACD, which is like fold over. Remember fold over? Why MACD want to introduce fold over? Anyone of you know?
Fold over lah.
What's the purpose of introducing fold over in MACD? What's the good point about fold over so special?
Follower.
Exactly, healthy food, correct? Correct. There's a reason why McD introduced fold over. For example, I went to McD with my girlfriend last week. So I know she don't allow me to eat fast food because I'm very fat now, right? So cannot eat fast food. So I go in McD, I say, is there anything I can eat here when you are next to me? Then she say, you guess what she said? Yes, you can eat one thing.
Porridge.
Not the porridge. She thinks the porridge is really a lot of Ajinomoto and it's bad for health as well.
Okay.
So there's only one thing she say I can eat. The fold over. So she say, you can order the fold over. Are you sure? Are you sure I can order fold over? Then he said, yeah, you can order fold over. The fold over is healthy. Whether healthy or not, I'm not sure. But they succeeded in making people perceive it's healthy. Especially the health-conscious freaks, like my girlfriend, right? Health-conscious freaks. Okay? They are so health-conscious, this one cannot eat, this one cannot eat, this one cannot eat. So you know, every time I will have to wait until she's asleep, then I sneak out and eat supper with my friend, then I order whatever that I want to eat. Satay lah, this lah, that lah. That's why I become fatter. Because only can eat. So basically, if now, like for example, the example I put just now, if McD want to do survey research for fold over, then the past research, whether people like fast food or not, is already irrelevant. You get what I'm trying to say? So it becomes lacking in accuracy because the purpose of the research carried out is entirely different. Okay? Right? So it's an example you can use, like it's not suitable to the present situation. Okay. Alright. Okay.
我们上节4点半。
Criteria for evaluating secondary data. Is this in the notes? Yes, I think so. It looks familiar to me. Okay. Criteria for evaluating secondary data. Okay. Right. Oh, finish. Not coming out exam. See, this is the Christmas present for you.
Nice.
Actually got sound one, got the Christmas song one, but I really don't think it's
Chapter 5 not coming out.
Correct. If you say like that, this is the whole chapter 5 not coming out exam. Black.
Turn on the sound. Clap.
This one is thank her for telling you this very important tip. So you can skip the whole of chapter 5. Ta-da!
Chapter 6 you also.
Okay, nice. Alright, okay, so every time you see this, that means the whole chapter is not coming up for exam. That's very good. Okay, so let's skip to chapter 6.
Not coming out.
You see this a few times. Not just one time, you'll see this a few times. But the next one doesn't have this, so sad. Yeah. When you see like that, means it's coming up. Okay. Right. Classification of market research data, secondary data, primary data, qualitative data, quantitative data, descriptive data, causal data, survey data, experimental data.
Apa ni ah?
It's really a lot of data. You have to memorize the definition of each and an example. Example, what is the experiment data? An example, what is descriptive data? Right. Is this in your notes? No.
Yeah.
Is this in your notes? Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Shit.
Okay. Is this in your notes?
Yes.
Okay, all the techniques. This one is, for example, okay, I know it's in the notes. Okay, let me test you. Since I'm not teach you this, so I'll test you. Give me one example of association technique. One example. How about the one on the left side? Front row. Give me one example of association technique. Yeah, two of you can give me one answer. One answer, one example. Okay. How about right side? How about let's say this side, right? Nicholas, maybe you can give me one example of completion technique. Okay. And this side, okay. Give me one example of expressive technique. Okay, can you give an example? Alright, and those at the back, can you think of one example of construction techniques? These are questions that will come up. Okay? One example of each? Yes? Does it come to your mind? Are you all bored? Do you need a break? No. Okay. I'll give you a break maybe 10 minutes later, okay? Right, let's go through this again. Alright. Actually, I'm very bored. But it's okay, let's go through. I really hate theories. I didn't know I still hate theories. So anyway, let's go through this.
Okay. Done.
Have you ever heard of lecturers saying that he's very bored in his own lecture? Never, right? I probably am the first lecturer to say that. Right. Just being honest. He's very bored. Okay. Right. Can you give focus group? You know, right? What's focus groups? That interview, you know, these are very easy. The harder one would be the projective techniques, the 4. You must be able to give an example for each of the 4 projective techniques. This is the harder one. I'm sure you know what is focus group, what is that interview. Okay, right. Association technique.
Yeah.
Yes. Associate. Interesting, you know, association technique. How they use association technique. Especially when designing logo. Big companies will use association technique to see what does this logo remind you of.
Yeah.
Right.
First come to mind.
Right. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you see this logo? Right. Have you seen Bank Muamalat's logo?
Apa itu?
You heard of Bank Muamalat? There's a bank, Islamic bank called Bank Muamalat. You've never heard of that bank? If you've seen that bank in Mid Valley, they have an ATM machine there. Look at the logo. What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you see that logo? Have you ever seen that bank before? No? Have you seen that logo? No? I think it's a very interesting logo. When you go Mid Valley next time, look for that bank. It's next to the Maybank on the 3rd floor at the Alexis, next to Alexis, there's this ATM machine there. You look at the logo. Quite interesting. So, association technique is when you look at this picture, what do you think of? Okay? So give an example. These are all your textbook actually. Does your notes give you an example?
No, sir.
Huh? No, the notes didn't give an example. No, didn't give an example. So are you able to give an example?
Yeah.
Yeah? You must be able to give an example of each of these techniques, okay?
Okay.
Alright. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Qualitative versus quantitative research. Okay. Okay. If you were MR company, market research company, you are the person carrying on the market research, will you prefer to conduct a qualitative research or quantitative research? Which one do you prefer to conduct? Which one do you think is easier? Let's say when it comes to data analysis, one is non-statistical, one is statistical. Will you think that non-statistical is easier to conduct? Raise up your hand. Non-statistical, how many of you think non-statistical is easier to conduct? Okay. How many of you think statistical is easier to conduct? Raise your hand. Okay, so it's actually 5 versus nobody. Alright, so you think that non-statistical is easier. Okay, alright. I just want to know how marketing students think, which is interesting. Right? Because science students, computer science students will definitely think that statistical is easier. It's just how your brain works. Right? Okay, characteristic of focus group. Okay, right. Focus group. How to explain focus group? I don't want to go through. Procedure for focus group, you will know very, very well. Advantages of online focus group. Disadvantage of online focus group. Okay, right. Right. Online versus traditional focus group. Wow. A lot of things to memorize.
Apa ni?
Okay, the difference between online and traditional focus group. Okay, you have to memorize the difference. Memorize the difference. Okay, a lot of things to memorize. Yeah. Okay, you're copying down, right? All this. Yeah, you're copying down all this. Okay. Alright.
All upset.
What more? Still got so many. Okay, alright. Okay. That interview. Okay. Yeah, how do you know what's that interview? Yes? Yes, that interview is very easy. Just go to the person, let him la 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 la, at the end of the day record out everything that's called that interview. Okay? Right, the interview. Right.
Okay.
Okay. Why do you say that? That's interesting. Can you tell me more? Would you like to add anything else? Okay. Yeah, normally they say that when they interview authors, they ask this sort of questions. How many of you have Unify at home? Raise your hand. Your Unify at home, you will have Hype TV, right? Hit TV, yes, free, right? Hit TV, you tune to channel 125, Bloomberg TV, right? Every day at 9 o'clock, there's this interview by Charlie Rose. Any of you know that? Any of you know that? No? Every day he will introduce a very interesting person. Like he interviewed Martel before, he interviewed Aung San Suu Kyi before, he interviewed Lee Hsien Loong before, he interviewed many people. Every day he will introduce a very interesting character. Every day. It's on every day in Bloomberg. If you have Hype TV, that is called that interview. You see, he will ask this type of questions. Why do you say that? Can you tell me more? Yes, 2 days ago he interviewed J.K. Rowling. You know who's J.K. Rowling? 2 days ago he interviewed J.K. Rowling. Yesterday he interviewed, who's that lady already? I can't remember. An Asian lady, very famous. I don't know who the hell she is. Businesswoman. So a few people I recognize them. Right. Last week he interviewed James Bond. Interesting. So actually every day he interviewed a very interesting people and he used that interview every day. So if you don't know what is that interview, turn to Charlie Rose's program, you'll know what is that interview. Okay? Right. Advantages of that interview. Okay? Disadvantages of that interview. Alright? Oh, you know that interview? That interview and focus group you must memorize by heart everything about it. It's repeat questions again and again and again every semester. So, right. Okay?
Okay.
Right. What a horrible subject. Okay, the fun part is over. The fun part is the assignment. If you find the assignment horrible, then this is even more horrible. This is not fun. Okay? Right. Focus group versus that interview. Wow. And you got business law to memorize, right?
Yeah.
Yes? Right. Business law, more things to memorize than MRI, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. My most scared subject in my diploma years is business law. The most boring subject is MR. Yeah. So, okay.